today. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. That's caught out right by Jennings. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Broken tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. And if you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Zach Bond there on the tackle.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down and 6 now. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 37. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 42 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Jerron Jennings, and all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now it's Mason. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. McCaffrey will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Jake Moody now for the point after. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that one, a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. He delivers another to Goedert, complete. And Goedert going to have an Eagles first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. There's a nice move. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Hurts. It's complete to Brown, right side. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. In motion right is Brown. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. So a 6-carry drive the last go-around, touchdown on the end of it. We'll see if they can duplicate that here.
I think that they would like to. I know every runner that we've ever met would love to carry the ball more and more and more. In fact, we keep a ball in the booth just for demonstration purposes.
You're holding it right now.
I'm going to give it to you. Is it heavy? Is it that heavy?
No, it's pretty light.
It's pretty light, right? So keep giving it to him and let him do his work. It's not going to slow him down.
If it's light for me, it's definitely light for him.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, Purdy. This is Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 yards, first down, Niners.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. But now he appears to be in some pain. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Purdy. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A tackle made by Thomas Booker.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Purdy now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Purdy. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he is going to have a 49ers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
An extra point try now for Moody. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. Fights through, and now a crease. Still going. He may go. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play time. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. A second down throw for Purdy. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Completes it to Jennings. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing here, Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you, too, in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive.
Hurts fumbles it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. And a good job on the hold there, as this is good through the snow, and this game is tied. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance at a return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 92 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey to the 43, second down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. That good for 19 and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
There's Purdy on 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 29. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third down, here's Mason. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, it's Purdy. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Now Moody for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A 10-play drive that time. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second down. Here's Hurts. First target, first catch, and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. This is McCaffrey on the give. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Purdy. That's caught by Jennings. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 145 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They go play action here. Purdy to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey punching it in from a yard away. And the 49ers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point try now for Moody. And the lead is up to 14. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Shifts by him. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football, and he's got a first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. Sheds off the tackle and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Hurts fumbles it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Purdy looking to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Connects with Kittle underneath. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
They'll run with McCaffrey, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw, Purdy. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. McCaffrey running up the middle, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Niners have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out and let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.